I was gonna shoot you.
Yeah. Jumpin', them boys up to something.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. This is Pinnacle Trading here. We got a bunch of things going on this week. We got the Trump trade war going on, where he hit China with the tariffs, and we also got the Feds that increased the rates again, and they raised the GDP forecast. So what's going on with the markets? They fell a bunch this week. So let's look at this week right here. And they're coming back down to the correction levels again. So when we had that correction in February, right over here, we had that huge drop, and MACD and RSI are way oversold, and we're actually reaching that region again. Markets did go down to about 257 area. This is SPY, S&P 500, and markets today, they were testing that 260, but they didn't break below that. They came down to about 262 area and they bounced back up. So how to stay calm during this drop, how you can profit from this, watch my video and I'll show you. So before we get into that, this is my channel right here, Pinnacle Trading, and we have the live alerts chat room that's free to join. You can take advantage of my free live alerts. I post my entry, exit, and my analysis on this, just like I talk about in the video, but I'll go more in depth and I'll post them early in the chat room. So make sure to take advantage of that. And we also have our social media on here, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Make sure to follow us on there. I do call out my alerts on Twitter as well. We also have the Robinhood referral link right over here. If you join using that, we both get a free stock. Alright, so let's go back to Thinkorswim. And let's look at the markets in the 180 days. So this is S&P 500. And if you're looking at the MACD and RSI, they are very oversold. So let's go ahead and zoom into the correction when it happened. So you can see that it's way down here, way in the red, deep down. And how do you take advantage of that? So when you see a drop like this come in, you want to look for markets to stabilize. You want to look for that consolidation. So here they'll go up and down, and then they'll come back down, and then they might make a push back up to that 200 SMA line over here, and they might go above or break below. So how do you know when to buy in? Basically, you can use the 3-block buy strategy rule that I talked about in my long-term investing videos. So you want to take your first entry on the big drop, and then you want to add when they go any lower, and the next one when they start moving up, you want to add again. So there should be 3 key entry points that you want to add on, so that way you can get a good average and you're not going all in at once and then getting stopped out when they drop again. You're staying calm, playing it by the analysis and playing it by the charts, because that's what I do and that's what works for me, and that's what I preach in the chat room, and I've seen a lot of people profiting from it. So let's look at my options that I took this week. First one was I took Apple, second was Bank of America, third one was QLD, and the last one was I took today, Visa. So these 4 were called out in the chat room. If you go join the chat room and click on the options alert, I called these out here. And this week we had some really good profits when we bought on the low and markets spiked up, but right now markets are falling again. So I did call out more, and I did call out long-term investing alerts. These are the stocks that I call out for long-term, and I say when it's a good time to enter, what sector it is, and just my analysis on it. And I'll also post charts right here, and we also have the chat room where you can talk about the different stocks and talk to the other members in the chat room. So that's the chat room. You can join for free using my link on my page, or the link will be in the description. So take advantage of this market drop when they're falling like this. Let's take Tesla for example. I call that out in my 3 oversold stocks to buy in March 2018, and right now, looking at the 180-day chart, it's reaching that low level right here. It's testing that 300 support. It didn't break below, so that's a great time to enter if it goes below, and if is below that 310 area, then that's a great time to keep loading up, and you hold on to that for long term. And another one that I called out was Walmart, and I called out Facebook right here. So we had that huge drop on Facebook. They tried to make that recovery and they came back down again. So that's a good example of why you should be buying in 3 blocks or more, give or take. And because you can get an entry on the drop right here, and say if it drops more, you buy here, and then once they start moving up slowly, you'd buy more. But that drop was there again due to the market and what's been going on with the news. So you'd be holding here and look at that support at 160. If it does go below, then you can add more and keep holding until long term. So that's an example of how you can stay calm in the markets. There's no reason to sell this low and take losses right here, because say you're selling right here and then markets go back up again, then you're going to be buying back in, trying to play them again, and then you're going to take a loss when they go back down. So you're really going to get shaken out mentally. That's why you want to have a mental stop loss and a hard stop loss, just so that you don't get shaken out by the market makers. Alright guys, I hope this video helped you out on why you can stay calm in the markets when the markets drop, and how you can take advantage and end up profiting in the long term. I'm not talking about like 1 day, 2 day, like 1 week. I'm talking about months and years. When markets drop like this, you should be taking advantage of the drop and holding them long term and profiting from it, and not selling for a loss. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell button next to it to stay notified, and I'll be making more videos like this in the future. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Take care and have a great weekend.